Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique, and I got something pretty cool for you today. We're going to be making this animal beast sound using Dehumanizer Simple Monsters Edition by Krotos. This is an incredible plugin that does real-time processing to incoming audio, and you can use it for dialogue, you can use it for these kind of grunts and groans that I do for this beast, but you can also use it for processing guitars to get kind of spaced out sounds, lo-fi drums or gritty bass. Really, there's a wide range of possibility, but for this video, I'm going to show you how I made this particular beast sound right here to coincide with this video clip. The plugin itself is very straightforward. There's 5 main parameters right here. You have a stereo spread as well. You got your dry wet and your output. Those are kind of standard. And then you have this kind of convolution scrubber over here where you can load different audio clips, and then you can set your envelope, and this will react to any incoming audio, the amplitude of that audio, and then play back in a granular fashion different pieces of this and mesh it together with these 5 parameters in conjunction with the original audio. And you have a slider of how much of that is mixed into the audio signal itself. And everything together, you get something truly crazy, unique, and just sounds spectacular. Okay, so let's jump into it. This is the original audio. And it doesn't sound that great. Let's be honest there. But this is it with the Dehumanizer. So obviously that's leaps and bounds ahead and closer to a monster sound. So let's go ahead and reset the plugin and try to get back to where we were. Before we do that, I just want to point out there are a number of different presets that come in here. Things for dialogue, growls and roars and sci-fi stuff. For example, if I turn on Angry Beast, that's a really great starting point as well. And there's also a number of different waveforms that come with the plugin as well, with the ability to add your own if you want to by using the folder browser right here. So what I'm going to do is just come in here and go to Simple Monster. This is the base form or the kind of default setting of the plugin. And you can see that we're already pretty much there. But what I want to do is run through these 5 parameters. Size is a way to think of the size of the creature on the video. Okay, so I've got a pretty big monster here, so I'm going to have my size up pretty high. But if I pull the size way down, it doesn't really have as much impact in conjunction with the video. But if I turn it way up, where, it sounds a little bit better. It sounds like it should in conjunction with that clip. Fury is more about the behavior or the aggressiveness. So I have a pretty aggressive monster here. He's clearly shouting into a microphone. He's angry about something. So Fury is probably going to be up pretty high. But if I turn it down, you can see that it's just getting more chaotic almost. It's getting more aggressive. Age is pretty straightforward, right? The age of the monster. The monster here seems pretty old or pretty, at least mature anyway. Let's turn down age and then turn it back up and see what it does to the sound. So age, in a way, is like size, but just more of a delicate and fine-tuning aspect to it. And I also want to point out while we're going through these is each one of these is a multi-effect. It isn't just one thing happening behind the scenes there. There are multiple processes happening to affect the audio. So if you're building a character's sound, you definitely want to get in and play with these until you get it absolutely perfect. You got plenty of control over it, so take your time with these things. Wildness, again, is about the behavior of the character. So you can see there we kind of got an LFO, fluctuation of the pitch. So for this particular sound, this wildness isn't something I'm looking for, so I'm going to turn it down. And then character is going to be, again, having to do with the feel of the character itself. So character, age, and size kind of go together about painting the picture of your character, and then fury and wildness are going to transform how it's behaving by way of the sound. So then the next feature here is to find a waveform that we like that fits this. So the one I was using was actually a Bengal tiger. So if I come in here to the waveform, aggressive roar attack, and we can mix this in or out by using the sample playback level down here. So you can see it's adding extra texture and you're getting kind of that feeling of it, but you're not exactly, no one's going to listen to that and say like, oh, that's a Bengal tiger roar. No, it's just taking granular pieces using granular synthesis in this convolution scrubbing methodology and applying it to the other sound, the original sound as affected by these parameters, and putting them together to make the final output. So that's pretty much it. It's a very simple plugin to use, and you can get some really, really great monster sounds. And again, you can process your instruments too. If you're a lo-fi trip hop person, this is going to be a plugin you definitely want to put into your workflow because it really does a good job at degrading sounds and making them sound a lot more gritty. There's one other thing I want to point out before jumping out of here. Is the XY paths. You can easily assign any of the parameters to that and then use this to move them around in the XY graph here to dial in your sounds. So I actually think that sounds better than the original example I had. Let's just go ahead and pop it open to full screen and see how it sounds when we're actually watching it. Boom, there you go. So that's just a quick look at using Dehumanizer to make a monster sound. Again, can be done in real time, so you can have a performance. You can have your vocal performer come in, watch the video clip, and make sounds to it if you needed to do it that way. It's an incredible tool in that regard. I highly suggest checking it out. Dehumaniser Simple Monsters Edition by Krotos. It's available now on Plugin Boutique. Click the link in the video description if you want to check it out. I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.